Welcome back everybody, and here we are for more Monster Train, and I think it's time to try to crack another expert challenge. And having taken a look at these, I think the next one I want to give a shot to is the preloaded. So we get all our cards come with one fewer upgrade slot and come with it already filled. So should make the early game easier, as our cards are going to come a little bit stronger than what we're used to, but of course makes the late game harder as you can't customize your cards to what you want. Gold is also going to be less important, as there's really not a whole lot to spend it on at that point. So I'm just wondering if random is fine here, if I'd like to maybe pick something. Just trying to think of which clan's units do best without necessarily having solid upgrades. And I think Umbra does pretty well there. A lot of the Gorgers can be fine with just a small upgrade because the gorging is what really gets them going. Stygian can do alright as well with a number of the incant units not carrying too much. And spells are going to be better than usual as well, since they'll come with random upgrades. And often, the majority of your spells don't end up upgraded. So I think Stygian is a pretty solid choice. And Umber could maybe be another. Seems interesting to me. So just have to decide which hero we'd like and so forth. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't found much success with Tethys lately. Let's see if we can put him to work. And not a huge fan of Plink as a general rule, so just stick with the Shade Splitters here. And yeah, let's see what we can do with this. Alright, I like to see Glacial Seal. That's a generally good card. Space Prism could be helpful, and Offering Token. Alright, so lots of zero cost stuff, not bad. And of course these cards don't come pre-filled, so we can potentially try to do something with those. As well as our Glacial Seal. Could be interesting. Let's see what we got here. And this time I'm going to check the boss. Alright, temporary strength of our units. That's not so bad for these clans typically. Alright, so this gives us tons of free morsels, or we can get the boon of the blacksmith. I'm going to take the free morsels. It means I don't have to worry too much about picking up cards that generate them. So, let's grab that. And I think I'm a fan of Frostbite. Damage spells costing less could be interesting with the Glacial Seal as well. You try to kind of go off there. But since we picked up Shade Splitters over a secondary damage spell, it won't affect a lot of our initial cards. And Frostbite's just extremely powerful, so. Alright, extra attack for a unit draft. Let's see, this is some archers and some big guys. I might actually have to skip this one. We can't cover for Tethys too well, and we need him to survive to the boss phase, so unfortunately, rare for me to skip out on the first trial, but I think we just kind of have to. And we will be setting up on the bottom just to get that Frostbite rolling as much as we can. Alright, these are decent morsels as well. Can we get this collector? We can with 2 frozen lances. Can we make our bottom floor survive if we do that? Well, we have these guys, so that helps. So I think we can do everything we want except play the Glacial Seal, but that'll be okay. I guess I may as well play an Offering Token. Okay, didn't really change anything. So we'll just discard 1 lances. Don't need 3 of these, certainly. Alright, and we get even more morsels out of this. So a 5 health one ends up eating 2 hits, that's pretty good, and the other one will just die regardless of what it is, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. And we'll, I don't know, place him up here for a potential later steward. Well, we find he's second steward, but he won't survive this, so I think we'll just go ahead and play him on the bottom. Extend this floor and give him a morsel to eat as well. And these guys now shouldn't matter because we killed the boss on the bottom floor, which is great. We will not kill the boss on the bottom floor, apparently. I don't know how much damage shield changes, but it certainly can't hurt. Let's start with this. We don't need 2 stewards. Let's see here. So the steward just buys us 1 turn, so I think we can also accomplish the same thing by just playing some morsels. And that's enough. Excellent. Alright, obviously didn't take the trial there, but still a decent first fight. Okay, so now we have some interesting choices. We have a multi-striking Mollusk Mage, so not much of an improvement over a regular Mollusk Mage. Could still be okay, just because we have, you know, we're trying to set up an incant floor of some kind. Hold over applies spell weakness 1. It's kind of interesting. It's a free incant trigger every turn, and the spell weakness could matter. And a permafrost offering token, again, not much better than a regular offering token, so it's just a matter of whether we want one of those, and we already have 2 and no synergy, so I'm not too interested. This is probably a little too weak for a holdover spell, so I'm gonna skip here. Alright, a non-consuming packed morsels. Not what we need since we have our Shade Lamp. Now, a holdover Perils of Production is interesting because if we are able to generate some morsels, this is 3 energy every single turn. That's actually quite powerful. And making a morsel will hold over. Again, we are hoping to get our morsels from Shade Lamp. I'm actually going to take this Perils. We'll see how that plays out. And here, again, the merchants don't matter too much. We can look to improve our Glacial Seal, perhaps. But that's about it. That said, we do need to pick up a unit. We just didn't get one from that fight, and we need something to carry us through the next one. So we will still have to go this way. Might as well look, but again, we won't be able to improve the unit we get. The large stone is interesting. We have a Shadowsiege with a Battlestone, nice. Or a Raging Out Morsel Master. These weren't exactly the ones we're looking for. Now, it is possible for us to get this into play. It's tricky, but we can extend a floor, and we can get the 3 energy required to play this card. So, with some work, it is possible to get a Shadowsiege into play. And obviously, Shadowsiege goes a long way if you can get it into play. Now, of course, the problem is we're going to draw it on turn 1, and not be able to play it, most likely, unless we get extremely lucky. And then have to wait for a deck to circle all the way back around to be able to play it. But how good is a Morsel Master with Rage? Not great. The Rage obviously doesn't do anything, so how good is a Morsel Master becomes the question. And it's decent, but we're getting plenty of morsels, I feel like. This is not correct, probably, but you know what? Let's try it. Do I want a large stone glacial seal? It gets me through this fight, probably, if I can draw it. Like, it becomes an alright tank, for at least now. It is going to get in the way a little bit later. But, I mean, if we're going crazy, let's go crazy. And the rest is just train stewards. I don't care about improving them too much. Alright, this is going to be a wild one. Here we go. What do we have? Enemies on every floor. I'm willing to do that one and just take the pyre damage. Although, again, coins don't really help that much, but maybe we can buy lots of artifacts at some point, who knows. Okay, don't love smaller bottom floor. Can we set up at the top or something? Oh god, they have spikes too. Oof, this may have been a mistake, everyone. This may have been a mistake. We're gonna play this offering token. And I guess we'll discard this Shadowsiege, can't cast it anyway. I can extend the middle floor in preparation for the Shadowsiege later, and here I can play maybe a Train Steward and a Tethys. Though, I thought these were haste, that's so rough. Okay, so our Pyre's in for a bit of a beating. Yeah. Tethys is just going to have to hang out with Shadowsiege in the discard pile for now, I think. If we play him right away, he's just too likely to die to spikes. If I play this Train Steward, it'll also die to spikes and not really accomplish a lot. I'm going to extend these two floors just so we have multiple options for the Shadowsiege going forward. And I'm going to play none of my other cards. And it's not going to go great, let me tell you. It's not going to go great. Okay, Glacial Seal plus a bunch of Frozen Lances accomplishes something at the very least. This has 41 health, that's a lot. I think I played this at the top, try to minimize pyre damage plus get our collector, that seems fine. So let's do that, play a lance. That'll eliminate everything, and we can just play a whole bunch of morsels. And this is gonna be our carry. Alright, and just looking to apply some frostbite to these back units. So I don't even need to play the lances here, they don't accomplish anything. So I guess we'll get a Train Steward going in the back. Okay. Still haven't seen our Perils of Production either. Okay, there it is. So now I want to leave room up here for our champion if possible. Let's see. Damage Shield and Lifesteal are both pretty solid. Let's play these. We'll play Perils on one of them. I guess I'll play some Shade Splitters just for additional Frostbite. Doesn't end up being enough. It's okay. And hoping to hit our Shadowsiege on this floor, so I'm just gonna play this Train Steward and stuff down here. Oh, this is a sweet boss, so I don't know why I saved room for our champion who's just going to immediately die. That doesn't make a ton of sense, does it? Alright, we didn't get our Shadowsiege, that's a bummer. I guess we'll just keep improving this thing and hope it kills the boss. This is something. Yeah, doesn't really matter what we do with these. This is probably enough, honestly. Yeah, it is. Just pretty hilarious. Alright. Well, we got some extra money at least. Okay, offering a tune to consume. Interesting. Ooh, this just has magic power, so this is just a 75 damage spell. That's really good. Probably grab that one. Not too worried about discarding at random. We don't have any like perma-freeze or anything happening, so that's a solid spell. Another Space Prism, a Holdover Entumbra Assault, not too interested. A Primal Dust, that's a little bit better. Could be fine. Certainly does something at the very least. We do have the extra energy from Perils as well, so I'm actually going to take this. Alright, and we can pick up a unit and an artifact, or go this way. Again, the store doesn't do anything, so let's pick up a unit and hopefully try to set up some sort of floor, although this really wants an Incant Buddy to go with it from the Stygian ideally, but you know. We'll have to kind of make do with what we can here. Got units with extra health or more card draw. The card draw seems really good. Let's grab that. And so we've got Burnout 1 Shadow Weaver, or Shadow Eater rather. Didn't know that you could get the burnout buffs here without the Melting Remnant. Obviously not a very good one. Crucible Warden with some extra health. Actually fairly reasonable choice here, so we'll be picking that one. And time to see what the cave holds for us. Alright. Rare pick from either Awoken, Hellhorned, or the Melting Remnant. Awoken will often give us some sort of heal, which I'm not sure is that necessary, though Channel Song could be insane. If we could get the Shadowsiege off Channel Song, that it could be quite good. So I might go there. Hellhorned has some pretty like rage and armor synergies that we don't really have, and yeah, definitely not Melting Remnant. Yeah, let's try this and pray for Channel Song. Okay, didn't get there. Let's see what we've got. Consume real quick. Okay, that's pretty good. Don't really want a 4-cost 10 health and 6 spikes, I don't think. It's not horrendous, since we have the extra energies a lot of the time, but this is probably good. We can, if we can give sweep to our champion, giving it quick is actually quite good. So I'm sure I'll pick up a Frosty Quick Tone, not too bad. If we ever get the Shadowsiege into play, the Quick's good on it as well. So. Alright, we have a bomb on the bottom and they're double exploding. That sucks. So, let's see. Yeah, we just have these 3 units right now as far as stuff that actually matters. This is awkward. I don't want to set up on the top because of the frostbite, but setting up on the bottom and immediately taking 40 damage seems not great. I could try the middle floor, but then we don't have room for the glacial seal either. So I think we'll just go top and just deal with the fact that we can't get our frostbite going how we'd like. And of course we'll be looking to extend this a little bit in order to be able to fit some Shade Splitter, or not Shade Splitter, some morsels there. But we'll save one extension for the bottom for the eventual Shadowsiege here. So we'll fire this off. Okay. I'm fine with that. We got the Space Prism, that's good. Don't need this. And yeah, we can use the other one later on, so let's just go ahead and get this guy feeding. And I don't really want to draw you ever again, so let's get out of here. Alright, we drew the Glacial Seal, that's nice. Go ahead and play that, and just play Shade Splitter for now. Draw a card, cool. Alright, so killing one of these guys immediately gives us multiple morsels. So that means we don't really have a need for these Shade Splitters. Let's just do that. Play one of these. Give it that. And might as well just eliminate as much as we can here. Keep our damage shields nice and high. And I'll play this just to apply more on the boss. Just throw these away. Haster doesn't scare me too much. Though here it looks like we won't be able to kill one of these immediately. I guess we could kill one of these on the bottom. That would be okay. Yeah, sure, let's do that. And then, let's see, Lifesteal is fine. And then Perils. Draw a Train Steward that we don't care about. No real need to cast more spells here other than giving something quick. And what do I want to give quick to? May as well beat the champion, I guess. Not sure it matters a lot at the moment. And again, just get some of this stuff out of our deck. Alright, so now we're going to extend this bottom floor and really hope to draw our Shadowsiege soon. It'll be awkward if we draw it off the Wing Steel, but there's not a ton I can do about it. It also looks like we're not getting a morsel this turn, which is bad. That's really bad, because that means we won't have this on holdover. I can do it here, there we go. I'll play the Train Steward down here, and then give him one of these. Yeah, I'm actually not going to play the Offering Token because I'm afraid of hitting Shadowsiege, I think. Well, although no, we need to do something up here. Okay, that's fine. Let's discard a lance. And just do that. Shadowsiege? Alright, we did it, everybody. Was all the effort worth it? I don't know, but it's cool. Alright, more of these interesting options here. A Permafrost at Trample is actually excellent because, once again, if we can get the Shadowsiege online, it is quite good on it. This is just free. It's alright. And Permafrost Harness the Titan could maybe do something. We don't have great damage spells at the moment. I'll pick up the Stone. It consumes and Permafrost, so it really only costs us one card draw over the entire battle. Okay, more of these burnout units, not what we're looking for. And more kind of awkward Gorgers here. I do like Crucible Collector better than Crucible Warden, that I will say that much. Shadow Eater is a good way to do some AoE as well. So I'm trying to think about how my floors are going to be laid out, and what exactly needs to happen, um, like the amount of morsels we have coming in, all that sort of stuff, and what upgrade we're going to want from this boss. My default is going to be card draw here. If we can get to our holdover energy card, that really makes life a lot easier. So let's see. Probably going to go this way for the Stygian unit and try to set up some sort of big incant floor if we can get that done. So that would be Tethys, Glacial Seal, and an incant unit. So that's a 5 floor there. And then we're trying to save room for a Shadowsiege, so that's a 6. So that has to be a 5 that gets extended, which means we really have a 4 floor left. Yeah, if this had something other than Burnout, it would be a good pickup, but obviously with Burnout, we can't do anything with it, unfortunately. So I think it's just going to be a skip. And I am going to take a draw here. And our Gorger's just going to have to kind of have a floor to himself, see what he can do with that. Alright, what do we got? Okay, Raging Camp, not too bad. This is what, a large Titan Sentry. Also kind of interesting, we don't really have a good way to keep it alive. Now, the problem with this is the incant's nice, but the Glacial Seal ends up being the tank for that floor. Which is what, multi-strike, that's really good. I mean, I kind of have to do this, and maybe if we give her quick, she ends up good enough, who knows. Let's see if we find Sweep. We do not find Sweep. We do find damage spells are cheaper on the floor, so we could potentially try to do something with that. Don't have that many damage spells, of course, but we do have some. I think I'll hold out, just take Frostbite. And as far as duplication, I mean, you know I'm tempted to duplicate this Shadowsiege, but that's obviously insane. This is only good if I'm incanting on the floor. So I don't think it's one of our creatures. So we have Shadowsiege somewhere. We have our 5 floor with the Glacial Seal, Siren, and our champion. And then this guy hangs out somewhere by himself, eats some morsels, and hopes to do good work. So which spell is good? The Primal Dust is pretty solid. Again, we get lots of energy rolling. It can be quite a few damage shields. Titan's Gratitude does all the damage. It's pretty decent. We could even copy this. We could copy the Space Extension, also decent. That could potentially let us do something more with this floor. If we get a future duplicate, we could try to duplicate one of these cards. Let's try it. Let's try it. We need lots of space. And I decided not to take that reward from the boss. Alright, we have enemies on each floor once more. Our ability to deal with that still hasn't gotten particularly strong. And the reward is what? More money that we can't spend. So I'm just going to keep this off. We just really don't need this much cash. Alright, that's a fine place for that. Let's see, this doesn't even kill, unfortunately. So yeah, we're running into some problems already with just having a lack of tanks. So I guess we'll try to set up on floor 2 and hope we find something to jump in the way of hits, at least a little bit. Play these two. Extend this floor once. Okay, that gives us a draw. That's something. Play Shade Splitter. And I'll extend this floor once as well in preparation. Fire 70 damage. Okay, draw the Shadowsiege. Lovely. So the Train Sword can jump in the way. That's pretty helpful. means she at least survives. We can Frozen Lance one of these. That's definitely worth it. Alright, that of course gives us morsels as well. Can we just morsel our way out of this, I wonder? These are pretty good ones. So I think I'll just deploy this. Oh, he actually needs both hits, that's perfect. And then we'll give a damage shield. Okay, that's fine. Play a lifesteal morsel here, and just get the train stored out of the deck, I think. Alright, we get our Crucible Warden. Oh, it's not the right floor for him. What's the tank there again? Oh yes, the Glacial Seal. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, so we'll play the Crucible Warden up here. And yeah, definitely apply quick to one of our units. This should end up doing more damage in the end, even though it's kind of crappy right now. So let's apply quick here. And then I do want to lance this. Okay, gets us an offering token as well. Cool. Dump a Shade Splitter. And just keep extending this floor, I guess. Really for the triggers more than anything else. Definitely want to give something to you. And I'll just prevent 6 damage here. It seems alright. Oh, come on, it's in the bottom 3. Both of the important cards are in the bottom 3, that's so brutal. Alright, we found the seal, that's nice. Let's discard the dead weight. Finally get our seal online. And then just have to decide, and certainly want to play a spell here to apply some Frostbite. It may as well be a Shade Splitter. Okay, that's not a very good one, but get it out here. Alright, so our Pyre taking a little bit of damage here, unfortunately. Just taking us a little too long to get set up. Part of it had to do with, of course, all this. Alright, this is good. We get to play one of these. And I do want to play one on this floor, so we can get the incant going. That means we get to play Shadowsiege, which is awesome. I kind of don't want to give you a ton of armor. Do I? A little bit awkward. So I think we'll just take it a little bit slow and do this. I wish I could finish him off. Should have maybe saved an energy for a torch. Yeah, that would have been smart, but too late now. Shadowsiege here to save the day. Taking quite a bit of damage though, it's worth noting. Alright, 15 damage. Another Glacial Seal. Incant, Frostbite, Incant Armor. A holdover offering sap, interesting, and a double stack sap. Sort of interested in both of these. Don't really, I mean, this isn't that bad. It only takes up 1 slot, so we actually could find room for it, and that would be a lot of extra Frostbite. But energy is a little bit of a concern. And with that strategy, whereas the sap could be pretty strong, minimize the damage coming in. So how can we activate this Guardian Amulet? We just have our 2 offering tokens and that's it? Otherwise we have to pay retail on it. It's not incredible. Paying 3 mana every single turn is kind of a lot, so I think I'll just take the Sap 6 maybe. Okay. These are both interesting. Cave-In lets us combine our Shadowsiege floor with our Incant floor, potentially. Could be good. Obviously don't really want to do anything with him. And it has Permafrost, so that's really nice. We get to hold it until we need it. Prism Retrieval with X+1 means the Shadowsiege Dream becomes that much easier if we can remove these stewards out of the deck. We can use this on a later turn to try and get the Shadowsiege into play. That isn't bad. And it makes it a little bit stronger as well. I'm gonna try this hesitantly. We do need to remove our stewards for that to really work very well. Which we have a remove here. Though I might go this way. Again, our goal's not too important, so I'm okay with just spending some money on that. We get a cave event and an artifact. That seems good. Okay, let's see what we can find. Reduce merchant costs or jack strips. Oh boy, well, this doesn't do a ton, although it does make artifact buying potentially interesting. The jack strips aren't bad. You can avoid setting up on the first floor. They will eliminate some stuff, but not the really scary stuff in the late game. So I'm just gonna go with the guild marker, I guess. Not really what you want to see there, but it'll be okay. And here we'll just take the trap shoot as usual. Of course, we can't do anything with these, so we're just looking to remove a bunch of stewards from the deck to make sure our card can hit the stuff we want. They have been kind of useful in the setup phase as some jump in the way, so it's a little bit scary, but I think it's worth it. Random artifact for spikes. Well, spikes mean our champion just instantly dies, as does this thing, so I'm gonna have to say no to that one. Oh, we have a sweeper too, man. Okay. Draw our sap, which is maybe something here. Let's see. The fact this costs 2 is a little bit awkward, huh? We have a 4 here. I guess we're gonna set you up in the middle. And then we have to put this on top. We simply don't have a choice. I'll just die otherwise. Get this up here, and I will sap the sweeper just future turns. Alright, what do we find? For space extension, that's something, but drew the Shadowsiege, though we have the perils as well, so maybe we can actually do something with this here. So if I can kill a unit, then we get a morsel and we can do this, but we're still... Okay, so we'll have to play this on a non-morsel unit here, unfortunately. But I think that's worth it to get the Shadowsiege into play. The Ember Drain sucks, but we'll get to kind of start dealing with it here shortly, so I guess we'll just give you some rage. Right, I have to extend the floor. We'll panic there for a moment. well, drawing the Siren off of that is about the worst possible result, but what can you do? We'll just have to hope the Shadowsiege prevents too many upstream problems, and I think we let everything go for now. Prism can hit 2 good units, though we are a little bit limited on energy, and we're having a problem here as well. Oh, for some reason I thought this trap shoot had permafrost. It of course does not. I'm saving it, and that's not going to work out too well for me, but I will certainly do this and then get some extra energy going. Let's also see what else we can find here. Well, I don't need all these. Would like to give this quick. Let's just help it save some health. Beyond that, let's see. You have 10 health, so either of the other units will survive this. So I can just Prism Retreat for them and be in okay shape. So I think that makes sense. I'll play the Shade Splitter first. I think that's fine. And I can actually hold on to the Tome as well. Since this one is frozen, and this turn quick won't do anything for us, since it's just a tank anyway in the front, there's no reason to cast it right away. Might as well get some extra value out of the Prism Retrieval. And yeah, I'm happy not playing any lances, so let's go ahead and fire this off. And get our seal. So we'll go ahead and deploy that one. Extend this flourish will kill that, so that's really good. And yeah, just play more of these morsels. This happened of doing some good work for us. It's Ember Drain, of course, getting in the way, but it is what it is. And might as well do this up here for now. The morsels will die down on the bottom anyway. So, alright, we get more floor extensions. Have to decide where to put it. I could put one on the bottom to be able to feed this thing morsels. Giving it a stack of lifesteal at some point would be pretty good, so I'm gonna actually do that. And here I will go ahead and apply quick to it as well. I think this is a good time to apply a bunch of Primal Dust up here. Looks like we couldn't find a way to stop this guy from killing our champion, unfortunately. I guess we get one more card draw to find this drain, or the trap shoot. Either of those would help. For now, I guess let's play those cards and see if we can't do that. I do want to play the Siren up here, of course. Okay, offering token. No, didn't get there. Well, that's unfortunate, but do what we can. There are lances, and then these guys will die up there, of course, so give you some attack, give you some health, and the trample unfortunately won't matter much at this point, but might as well get it out there as well. Yeah, our champion quite fragile. You do. Alright, and we win here. Fantastic. Good job, Shadowsiege, getting it done. Just hits so hard. Alright, what do we got? Hold over gifts for a guard. Draw 3 spells, give them consume and magic power. Certainly interesting, but we can't risk consuming the perils of production, so don't think that's what I want. Now preserve is interesting. The holdover on it, maybe not exactly what you want, but it could let us hold a Shadowsiege or you know, a song or something, or even our champion until it's safe to deploy them. So I actually do want one of these here. The holdover on it, I think, makes it actively worse, but that's okay. Don't care about that. Consume permafrost. Don't think we can afford to make our floor smaller. And then a permafrost gem trove isn't bad. Give shields to a whole floor and just do it on turn when we have the energy for it, so sure, I'll pick that up. Alright, we have a trinket merchant and some removes and pyre health. That all looks good to me over the cave event and the gold. Can't afford probably everything at the trinket merchant with 280, but I guess we have the guild thing, so it gets a little bit better. Morsel miners, not bad, and then we can just get some straight up magic power. Magic power not looking too hot for us at the moment. We don't really have good damage spells. So it's between Commemorative Spike and trying to reroll. I think I'm gonna try to reroll. This is like good, but it's not that good. Okay, this is fairly insane. This is good. The drop gauge doesn't do much for us, right? We don't have any ascends. I mean, it makes trap shoot better, but that's about it. So Cuddlebeard looks completely nuts here. Let's take it. And then start removing probably the lances or the shade splitters, but I think the lances are a little bit worse at this point. So go ahead and get rid of those. Smaller middle floor. We don't want to set on. Okay, well, we drew our glacial seal, which is pretty good. So that means we get to actually set up on the bottom. Do enjoy that. Our offering token. Discard Shadowsiege as is tradition. And might as well consume a few things. Alright. Just 2 targets at the moment, the Crucible Warden and... Okay, so... I think what we'll do is play the Siren, of course. Gotta start there. Might as well play an Offering Token. Discard... Drain, I think we're probably not casting this turn. Extend this floor. Okay, now we might as well extend this floor. Play a Shade Splitter to get this damage shield morsel. And I'm going to preserve this until we get our energy situations so that we can pick up the Shadowsiege later. And that's kind of how we drew it up here. Okay, that's not a problem. Our hand has quite a few things in it, that's okay. Go ahead and deploy him, start feeding him a few morsels. Okay, trap shoot. Not looking too great at the moment, it's fine. Let's see. This is definitely good. The land's not doing much, but I think I'll play it anyway. And let's berserk for the dust too. All right, we're gonna have a pretty heavy frozen hand here. Need to try and get some of these out of our hands so we can actually start to draw other cards, but we finally hit our perils of production. That'll help things along a bit. Yeah, I like you having lifesteal. Go ahead and play the perils. And now we just have to decide what combination of these things we want to play. This will continue to be available, so we don't need to do it quite yet. So I could get some of these other cards out of the way. Played Gem Trove or something. You know, let's just do this. I think it's fine. It is... We could play it for one less, I guess. We don't need it for the full amount because it gets an extra 1 on it. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we do have a room up here. So yeah, I guess I'll get that going and place something else with it. I guess the Titan's Gratitude makes some amount of sense. We can get some extra damage done. Oh wait, that discards a card. Okay, let's not do that. Let's play Shade Splitter. Play them both here. And grab our Shadowsiege with an extra bit of attack. Yeah, and we'll just hold on to the rest of these. Our hand getting quite full here, but I think that's okay. We should be able to work our way through these eventually. Alright, you're dying. I don't like that, so we'll probably end up playing the Frozen Dust this turn. Let's go ahead and give it some more lifesteal. Get the perils going. Wouldn't mind getting this quick out there as well. That seems pretty good. And of course, get a morsel online. And yeah, just apply 6 damage shield. That seems good. No reason to play the rest of this. Space Prism. It's good. An offering token. And yeah, keep stacking lifesteal, you know, why not? Get a couple more morsels now, so let's just go ahead and do what we can in that department. Trample not doing a whole lot at the top floor, but I don't see any reason to apply it anywhere else. And there we go. Managed to get our hand size down to something a little bit more reasonable. Alright. Might as well start here. Play a Shade Splitter. Okay. It's all basically bad, so play this morsel. Rage. Play these two over here. So we don't have any more space. I would like to maybe get this done, but oh well. In the meantime, the boss is coming next wave. I guess we can just give it tap 6. Seems alright. And play some of these cards. Feels pretty strong to me. Alright, and the boss is dying. Fantastic news. Just run up the score, as I like to do. A holdover siren song. Fascinating. A deep offering and an ancient synergy here. So this is good and bad. It does let us get going a little bit faster if we draw it early, but if we have a couple of those frozen cards in hand, it ends up being pretty pointless. Let's see, Ancient Synergy just deals a bunch of damage for 3 energy. I don't think that's what we want. And Siren Song, fine, but you know, if I had Permafrost, that'd be great. With Holdover, I'm not as excited about it. I think I'll pick this up. If it's bad, we just don't play it, and when it's good, it's going to be great, I think, at 1 cost. And I am debating between energy and draw. Basically, once we get our Perils of Production going, energy is really not a concern, but until that point, it sort of is. So the draw helps us get to it faster, which is nice, but the energy means we can do a little bit better along the way. So it's tough. It's definitely tough. I think I'll take the energy here. Alright, we have just 2 circles left. Okay. So we got Duplicate, Caverns, and Money. Not bad. And another Trinket Merchant. We can't afford anything there. And just a free artifact. Don't hate this side. As far as duplication goes, we technically have enough space now to fit another unit on our incant floor, and I actually don't mind duplicating Glacial Seal. Since it's a starter unit, there's no guarantee of drawing it, so getting to a little bit faster is good, and with the Cuddlebeard, having 2 of them is kind of insane as well. So I think I'm going to go and try and do that. As always, check the caves before we duplicate, just in case we get a buff for it. Alright, this is more X cards. Again, we have lots of energy as a general rule, so we like X cards. Just have to decide which one of these is better. And this synergizes with the Cuddlebeard obviously a bit. The Rail Spike's pretty good, making just a bunch of our spells potentially free. So that's something. I think I'll go with this one. But Sap could be useful as well. And yeah, again, go ahead and duplicate this. And we won't be able to probably play it the first time around, but it just means we're more likely to draw one early, and then we can eventually put a second one there for the boss phase. And then, unfortunately, still not hitting Sweep on our champion. That would be really good with the Quick. But as is, I guess we'll just go for a maximum Frostbite. This just not accomplishing too much. So. Getting more than 3 health would also be nice. I don't know if there's any sweepers in the final boss fight. We're completely screwed on that front. Alright, what do we have here? Multi-strikers. That sucks. Our units aren't too tough. That's kind of our main problem right now, is that we don't have tough tanks. But the trial is units on each floor, which isn't too bad. Again, we don't have good ways to deal with it. Like, our Frozen Lances are about the only way to eliminate units early on. So we're looking at taking a ton of higher damage. So probably not worth it. Just have to keep that one off. Alright, Mike's giving us that smaller floor over there. And let's see, is there any universe in which we can survive? If we could play the Gem Trove, we could. If we could play, we can play the Trap Shoot. That does something. Right, because we can't afford this at the moment. But it's frozen. If we can do it next turn, which will do something. Yeah, this is risky to be sure, but I'm gonna deploy these here, and then just daze this guy. Okay, gets token, nice. So I'll just discard one of the Shade Splitters because I do want to play the other cards. And you, well, maybe I give her a Champion quick. No, this has to be better still. Alright, we did not draw our Glacial Seal. We could try to fish for it with a Prism Retrieval. It's 2/3 chance we hit that, so could be good. What are if that fails? What happens? We can play 2 Magma Morsels here. That doesn't do nearly enough. And we can play Gem Trove. We can play 2 dudes and then play Gem Trove. That actually does do enough. But we can't do that in the order we want to do it in. Tricky, tricky. That's just gone. Can't do anything about that. Okay. It was quick as well, that's worth remembering. So this will kill this. And immediately take 5, so that would clear damage shield if we had one. Oh man. What if I extend the floor and then play a single morsel with a single damage shield? Is that good enough? So extend the floor. Play one of these, play Gem Trove. I guess the floor extension doesn't have to happen until after, but so then this gets killed, this eats the 5 damage on the damage shield, it gets hit for 10, and our damage shield eats the other 10. Okay, so that works. And that way we still have 1 energy left for the Prism Retrieval, with which buffed will make the Glacial Seal a bit better. So that's going to be the plan. It's a little bit weird here, but this should do what I wanted to. Some percentage of the time. Okay, great. So now we extend and play this here. Unfortunately, that means we can't play the Crucible Warden, so he's not going to be doing much this battle, but this is pretty scary. I don't think we have a lot of ways left to deal with it, unfortunately. So looks like this is just going to do a crap ton of damage to our Pyre. Hopefully it doesn't kill it, because the multi-strike will at least go away after the first hit. Alright, I don't think I want these floating around the deck. So let's just toss a couple of them out here. Okay, this is good. Except I blocked this floor like an idiot. Oh man, that's gonna cost me. Alright. Well, it's all down to this floor, I guess. We drew a couple of our X cards at least, that helps. We'll extend this one again, because even if I extend up here, I still can't deploy the Shadowsiege yet. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one of these. We're gonna play some morsels for sure. Yeah, it stops us from dying, which is good. Gonna have to get extra energy, of course. We can play another morsel as well. And trample on the siren does actually help a little bit. So I think I'll do that. Doesn't prevent any damage, but it helps us deal more damage. And I have to decide between the Primal Dust versus the Spike of the Stygian up here to just make this guy not nearly as scary. I think that's what I'm going to go with. We have a second one of these coming, so hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, we do get our second seal, that's good. Probably get rid of Shade Splitter, play the other seal. Play one of these guys. Give them some of that, and just fire off the maximum amount of spells. This is unfortunately still dying, but there's just nothing I can do about it. So, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. How did... Oh, because she's now strong enough to kill something. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay. Oh, this didn't die. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. I'll extend this floor. I'll freeze. I'll freeze the Shadowsiege as some backup here. I thought about freezing the drain, that would also be pretty good, but... Okay, so these aren't gonna go away, which, oh man, so that means the Perils is like so much worse now. What am I supposed to do with this? Okay, maybe this was a bad idea actually, because now I'm not gonna have the Perils around to play it. Well, unless I play this on one of the units down here, and then... Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, this is... It's a little bit wacky. Oh, there you are. Can't fit him up here to eat these. Oh my god. Okay. This could have gone better. Just go ahead and give this some rage. That doesn't mean Arden can't next turn. It's a lot worse, unfortunately. We drew a couple of offering tokens. That helps quite a bit. Let's go ahead and fire some of those off. Actually, don't need this, right? Not that I need the Shade Splitter either, I suppose. So that's fine. I can just do that. Do this again. Oh wow, that's actually quite good. Yeah, let's just do that. That should probably get us the kill. There we go. Man, that fight didn't go exactly as planned. Got there in the end. With some pretty wacky strategies. It's another Glacial Seal with damage shield 3. Don't think we're interested in that one, or these things. Alright. Consume Shroud Spike is pretty good. It's another big expo we get to hold. And Excavation Eruption with holdover. Actually sort of interesting. We've had trouble with the backline units, and this lets us kill them and get an energy refund. All good stuff. So, Have to decide which of those is more likely to matter. Really depends on exactly what we get on the last boss as far as units, but I think this might be good. The 3 energy is obviously a little much, but once we get our energy rolling, yeah, let's try it. I have 270 gold. We can get either some pyre health and additional gold, or another duplicate remove, which I probably like. I wouldn't mind duplicating the perils, so we can find a little faster. That would be pretty strong. Yeah, let's go this way. And the Merchant of Magic actually improved one of our spells, I think. We have 2, actually. Not too bad. So if we whiff at this Merchant, that's something you do. Well, a little late for you. The Split Anvil looks pretty good, though. It's great with our X spells. It's good with our holdover 3 cost. So I'll pick that one up. And then we can't afford that, so we'll just take 10 magic power. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I guess we'll reduce cost on this. And I mean, I may as well take the magic power in a frozen land, so if we're not doing that, though, it obviously doesn't do a whole lot. These Shade Splitters have been really not performing particularly well. Not that the lances are good, but I can at least fire them off and not have to worry about where to put the stupid units, so I'll cut through Shade Splitters and duplicate. I think the Perils of Production is the way to go. Maybe it's less of a concern that we got the Anvil, but maybe I can do this one. We can kind of pay for each other in a way. Yeah, let's go nuts. Alright, I don't know. This is going to be interesting and probably tough. Definitely a lot depends on our first couple of turns draws. Yeah, and we do have the pretty nasty looking multi-strikers here, so getting the eruptions going will be really, really good. That said, we don't get to turn 1. Looks like we don't get to do a whole lot of anything great turn 1. So I'm probably gonna set these guys up on the middle floor and look to drop the Shadowsiege down here later. Just because, well, we'll die, so don't want to do that. Zero attack, huh? Wouldn't mind giving one of these quick. Again, probably this one. Okay. I think I'll hold on to that for later, though I could see just like sapping the 15 times 2 guy or dazing the 15 times 2 guy hits so hard. Maybe that's correct. The early parts of the fight are going to be the toughest, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. And then drop 3 shields as well. Man, that could end up being such a big waste, but if we don't get our tank, we're just in a lot of trouble, so hope we can find some better stuff later. Oh, I could have done that for more. I, of course, immediately forgot about the Split Anvil after picking it up. Additional sap isn't great. Neither is this draw, unfortunately, but we'll do what we can. Start with an offering token. Okay, the perils help somewhat. We can at least get them going. Go ahead and play the Crucible Warden. Get Shade Splitter going. Okay, we get extra space, that's nice. Do that. And I guess I just play the Prism Retrieval now. And if we get a Glacial Seal, does even live a turn? It's gonna take 30, it's gonna take exactly 41, it's gonna take its exact health. Unless we put it behind the Siren, which is not where you want to be either. So I actually think I'm gonna freeze this and try that once I'm able to eliminate some of these guys with my spells. Yeah, even though it's kind of a good turn for it, though. We could end up getting the Shadowsiege, which would be nice, but... Yeah, I think it's correct to try and hold this. And I will play this down here just in case. This is so unlucky. We really needed to find these Excavation Eruptions, and they're just both in the bottom half of the deck. Like, now we're just pretty screwed. This is already insanity. This is just like gonna kill our Pyre already, and also all of our creatures are dying, so I feel like we got quite unlucky so far, and I don't know how well we can fix it either. I can play a Seal up here and give these guys Frostbite to at least clear that out, but then I can't do much down here. We don't even have anything to play Perils on because we're not getting any morsels because nothing's dying. Oh man, okay. Let's think about this. I do have a bit of extra energy, so I can play the Prism Retrieval at some point here, and that'll get us either the other Glacial Seal or the Shadowsiege. Maybe the Shadowsiege can save us somehow. I have to play a Glacial Seal and do something here because otherwise we will just die. So, as unfortunate as that is, to lose our Crucible Warden and split up our Glacial Seals, I think that has to be the plan. So I'll play this. I'll play a Perils of Production on you, I guess, since you're dying anyway. And I want to draw my extra card first, so this floor already got extended. I guess we'll extend this one. Okay, we drew the other Glacial Seal. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what's happened. So if I play this for 4 energy, it leaves the Shadowsiege not quite where we want him either. Okay, how much damage are you dealing? These are 30 each, so 40 and that one, so... this floor is also just dead? Is that correct? Wow, we got so unlucky. Holy crap, man. Alright. Okay. These guys are hitting for a lot as well, but that's fine. So I think the plan is to play this, get our Shadowsiege, go ahead and deploy it. Fortunately, our Quick is gone. Giving a Quick would have been huge. Quick and Trample, but... And then we'll preserve this for some reason. And just do this for additional Frostbite and to prevent a little bit of damage. Oh, I'd forgotten that would happen. Oh no, I could have maybe saved this floor. I don't think I can save it with these guys, right? The 10, 20, yeah, no, there's no way. I can also play them, but... We most likely lost here. I can't imagine a scenario in which we would win now, but... I'll play it out. Just really got unlucky on the draw order, and... You know, it's gonna happen sometimes, and yeah. The Excavation Eruptions are just in the bottom 9 cards, that's cool. Yeah, we're dead. Really sucks, but we're dead. These draws are so bad. Yeah, I don't think our 24 health Shadowsiege is gonna get the job done, unfortunately. So, really a shame. This could have been a cool victory, but yeah, as you saw, that ended up like being a pretty sick play, and then we can like play a morsel and give it some more perils, and like play a giant spike at Stygian on the boss, and like stuff could have gone better, but instead it went poorly. So it is what it is, and now we're dead. I don't even think I can make our pyre live, let alone this thing, so. Shame. I duplicated the correct card, I think, on the last circle, and had we drawn it earlier, I think we can win that battle pretty handily, but it's not what happened, and instead we died, so. Tough luck. These challenges have been quite difficult, but we'll get them eventually, starting to slowly work our way through them. So for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you for the next one.